Join us as we travel back in time to revisit these 10 old stores we miss from the past. Ready?
Attention, K-Mart shoppers.
If you were a kid in the 70s or 80s, you probably spent many Saturdays wandering the aisles of this iconic store. K-Mart was founded in 1899 as a five-and-dime store. The first official K-Mart store opened in 1962 in Garden City, Michigan. It quickly grew into one of the largest and most popular discount department store chains in America. Walking into K-Mart was like entering a treasure trove of possibilities. The bright white aisles were packed with everything you could need: clothing, toys, electronics, home goods, and more. For many families, it was the go-to place for back-to-school shopping, holiday gifts, and everyday essentials. And let's not forget one of the most memorable features of K-Mart, the blue light special. When the blue light started flashing, shoppers would rush over to see what surprise discount was being offered. This beloved store was also known for its great toy section. Many children saved up their allowance to buy the latest toys from there, making it a place full of fond memories. K-Mart's famous "Attention K-Mart Shoppers" announcement became a cultural touchstone. Whether it was announcing a sale or calling for help in an aisle, that phrase is a memory for many. Over the years, many K-Mart stores closed, and the company filed for bankruptcy multiple times. Today, only a few K-Mart stores remain open, a shadow of their former glory. But for those of us who remember, K-Mart holds a special place in our hearts. Do you remember the glory days of Tower Records? If you were a kid back then, it was the coolest place. But let me tell you, Tower Records wasn't just any record store. Oh no, it was so much more. Picture this: arcades, music shops, bookstores, coffee shops, and even cheap food. They had it all: books, magazines, videos, DVDs, and concert tickets too. Tower Records got its start in Sacramento, California. By 1999, they had over 150 stores in nearly 24 countries. But for us, back in the late 1960s and early 70s, it was the best place to buy music. You could spend hours there just wandering around with music playing all the time. Back then, getting music was an adventure. You'd hear a song on the radio or see a band live, and then you'd have to go find it. You'd put in the effort, spend your time, and yes, your hard-earned money. Saturday afternoons at Tower Records were special. You'd be picking out records, discovering new bands, and enjoying the vibe. Remember those little listening booths or the shared headphones? No Spotify back then. Some of us would even bring coffee and lunch, planning to spend the whole day exploring music. Those were the days. Tower Records operated from 1960 until 2006, when it sadly closed due to bankruptcy. When the internet and streaming took over the market, it simply couldn't keep up. But the memories this store made. Browsing through records, the joy of maybe finding a hidden gem, asking the staff for their opinions, and having great conversations. Good times, right? There was a time when Friday nights meant one thing: heading to Blockbuster Video to pick out a movie. Blockbuster was founded in 1985 in Dallas, Texas. The concept was simple but smart: a video rental store with a wide selection of movies and video games, all available for a small rental fee. The bright blue and yellow storefronts quickly became a familiar sight in neighborhoods across America. These stores were filled with rows upon rows of VHS tapes, and later DVDs. There was something magical about browsing the latest releases, picking up a classic favorite. Families would make it a weekend tradition. Friends would gather for movie nights, and couples would find the perfect film for date night. One of the most memorable parts of Blockbuster was the new releases section. Every week, new movies would arrive, and you'd have to get there early to snag a copy before they were all gone. And who can forget the late fees? As annoying as they were part of the Blockbuster experience. At its peak, Blockbuster had over 9,000 stores worldwide. Despite efforts to adapt, they couldn't compete with the convenience of online streaming. The company filed for bankruptcy in 2010, and most of its stores closed soon after. Today, only one Blockbuster store remains open, located in Bend, Oregon. It's a nostalgic relic of a bygone era. In my opinion, the best part of that time was the anticipation of finding that movie and rushing home to watch it.
Children's Palace, the Super Toy Store, and a whole lot more.
Do you remember this jingle? If you were a kid during those years, you probably remember the sheer excitement of walking through those doors. Children's Palace wasn't just any toy store, it was a wonderland. Picture this, rows upon rows filled with every toy imaginable. From action figures and dolls to board games and bicycles, this place had it all. The store's layout was designed like a castle, with its iconic towers, colorful banners, and their roller skating panda mascot. The store was a paradise for kids and began in Massachusetts in 1962. You could spend hours exploring, testing out toys, and imagining all the fun you could have. Unfortunately, like many beloved places from our childhood, Children's Palace couldn't withstand the changing times and fierce competition from other retailers. The last stores closed their doors in the early 1990s, but the memories live on. Montgomery Ward, often called Ward's, was founded in 1872 in Chicago, Illinois. What made this store unique was that it started as the first mail-order business. Aaron Ward's idea was to provide goods directly to customers in rural areas, offering them a wide variety of products at fair prices. This was revolutionary at the time. With the success of the mail-order business, the store opened its first retail location in 1926. It quickly became a popular destination for families, offering everything from clothing and furniture to appliances and toys. The catalog was another beloved aspect of it. Families would excitedly wait for the arrival of the big seasonal catalogs filled with pages and pages of products. Kids would spend hours flipping through the toy section, circling their favorite items and dreaming about what Santa might bring. They were legendary during the holidays, and the friendly staff made shopping special, always ready to help. A curiosity is that many of you will recall calling this store Monkey Ward's. Ever wonder why this strange name? It's because they once offered exotic monkeys in some of their stores and through their mail-order catalog, and the nickname stuck. Sadly, competition and market changes led to its decline. By 2001, all stores had closed. Do you have fond memories of Ward's? What was your favorite item from their catalog? Share your stories in the comments below. And if you enjoy content like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Who loved the smell of this store around Halloween? TG&Y was founded in 1935 in Oklahoma. Known as a five and dime store, they quickly became a household name, offering a wide variety of goods at affordable prices. This beloved store had something for everybody. It had fabric yardage, kitchen items, baby clothes, and more. Even though it was an old five and dime store, they had quality. It was a place where you could find just about anything you needed without breaking the bank. Let's not forget the toy selection. By the late 1980s, the company was sold and eventually faded away, leaving behind a legacy of fond memories. Who misses this place? Circuit City started in 1949 as the Ward's Company, founded in Richmond, Virginia. It wasn't until 1984 that the company changed its name to Circuit City and began expanding rapidly across the United States. At its peak, Circuit City had over 700 stores nationwide. Whether you were looking for the latest TVs, computers, home audio systems, or even car stereos, Circuit City had it all. Do you remember the excitement of buying your first big screen TV or the thrill of picking out a new video game console? Circuit City was the go-to place for all those big tech purchases. They also had a great selection of movies and music, making it a one-stop shop for all your entertainment needs. As online shopping and big box retailers like Best Buy started to dominate the market, this beloved store faced increasing competition. In 2008, it filed for bankruptcy and closed all of its stores by 2009. Even though this popular store is no longer around, it remains a fond memory for many of us. Many will remember loving to go to this store as a kid, growing up with a great variety of candy, toys, and model planes. Ben Franklin was one of the first five-and-dime stores in America, founded in 1927. Named after the famous American statesman and inventor Benjamin Franklin, the store aimed to offer a wide variety of goods at affordable prices, just like its namesake would have appreciated. The aisles were packed with everything you could imagine: craft supplies, toys, school supplies, home goods, and even seasonal decorations. It was the perfect place to find a little bit of everything, whether you were working on a craft project, looking for the latest toys, or just browsing for something fun. The toy section was a favorite spot for kids. Rows of action figures, dolls, board games, and puzzles awaited eager hands. And let's not forget the candy section. Every visit a sweet adventure. For a quarter, you could get 25 pieces of candy. By the late 1990s, many Ben Franklin stores had closed, leaving behind fond memories for those who shopped there. G.C. Murphy, often simply called Murphy's, was founded in 1906 in Pennsylvania. Known for its wide variety of goods at affordable prices, Murphy's quickly became a favorite shopping destination for families looking to stretch their dollars while finding quality items. As a kid, there was nothing better than browsing the shelves filled with action figures, dolls, board games, and craft kits. And let's not forget the candy counter, where you could treat yourself to a sweet snack for just a few pennies. For the adults, Murphy's was a reliable source for household goods and necessities. One of the unique features of G.C. Murphy was its lunch counter. It was a place where you could take a break from shopping and enjoy a simple, delicious meal. From hot dogs and hamburgers to grilled cheese sandwiches and milkshakes, the lunch counter was a beloved spot for a quick bite and a chat with neighbors. Despite its efforts to adapt, the company couldn't keep up with the times. By the late 1980s, many Murphy's stores had closed, marking the end of an era for this cherished chain. Sears, Roebuck and Company, commonly known as Sears, was founded in 1893 in Chicago, Illinois. What started as a mail-order catalog business soon grew into one of the largest and most influential department store chains in the United States. The stores were massive, with multiple floors filled with everything you could imagine: clothing, appliances, tools, electronics, toys, and even sporting goods. It was the perfect place for families to do all their shopping under one roof. One of the most iconic parts of Sears was the Sears catalog, also known as the Wish Book. This thick seasonal catalog was eagerly awaited by families across the country. It was filled with pages of products, from the latest fashions to home goods and toys. Kids would spend hours flipping through the toy section, dreaming about what they might get for their birthday. The appliance section was another highlight. Sears was famous for its Kenmore brand, offering reliable and innovative appliances that became staples in American homes. Whether you were shopping for a new refrigerator, washing machine, or vacuum cleaner, Sears was the go-to place for quality and durability. They also had a fantastic selection of tools and home improvement supplies. The clothing department offered something for everyone. But this popular store wasn't just about shopping. It was a place where families gathered, especially during the holidays. The festive displays, Santa visits, and holiday music created a magical atmosphere that made every trip special. Despite its long-standing success, Sears faced increasing competition from other retailers and the rise of online shopping. The changing retail landscape made it difficult for Sears to maintain its dominance. In recent years, the company has closed many of its stores and filed for bankruptcy. but the legacy of Sears lives on in the hearts of those who remember it fondly.